What's up? This your boy JBZ back with another one. Go ahead and get me over 110 subscribers, you guys. I love you all out there. Haichi Chaichi. Let's touch on Texas for a while, you guys. This Texas incident, this Texas legislative that's been coming up this year, as far as like the marijuana industry, it took a whole turn. It took a whole turn because we know some different we actually know that organizations, companies are complaining about the hemp industry. Not only that, think about this, you guys. People in these cities that are getting marijuana right now from these dispensaries, they are forging documents to get cards. Some of them pay a lot more money to tell the doctor, like, hey, I'm fidgeting. I'm fidgeting, man. Something wrong. I can't sleep. Something happening. And these people are actually taking the card, abusing it, some, not all, abusing it, and actually going out there getting way more than they're supposed to get. This Texas law right now is one of those laws that what's up? This your boy JBZ back with another one, you guys. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Wait a minute. This your boy JBZ back with another one, you guys. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. It don't hurt to hit that like and subscribe, you guys. Get me up to 110 subscribers. Haichi Chaichi. Let's talk about the laws and legislations that's changed in Texas right now. Texas is coming under fire right now, you guys, as far as like their marijuana dispensaries. These dispensaries, you can get edibles, you can probably get the flower, you can get candy, you can get liquid, you can get so many other things to help you, calm your anxiety down and everything like that. But these laws in Texas, what they doing right now, they pushing back. They making it illegal for a certain amount of grams and everything right now. It's putting people in a frenzy in Texas. You can't get caught with nothing. I'm just reading some stuff off Google right now. Bear with me for a second. This is what it says, right? It says, what is banned? This is in Texas, you guys. Delta 8 THC and Delta 10 THC. THCP and other synthetic manufactured THC and Somers. THCA flower, subjected to ongoing legal fights over testing standards. All right. What remains legal? Hemp derived Delta 9 THC product, such as edibles and drinks, that contain less than 0.3% THC by dry weight. What remains legal? Non-intoxicating CBD products. Okay. So they actually telling you guys, like, listen, that less the little stuff that we know that is actually real. Let's put it this way. That's from the earth, that was put here for me and you. That little stuff is the ones they keeping because they understand them right now. With this ban that they about to put in place, this ban is going to help so many other companies and manufacturers for them to reap a profit. So what I've been hearing that's been mumbling up under the underground is that, if Texas just started this, just imagine the snowball effect that it's going to have with other states. I didn't never expect in 1,000 years for Washington, D.C. to make marijuana legal. I never expected that. I expected New York. I never expected for Georgia to even do it. Under these Bible Belt states. I, I I understand Florida doing it. Florida's like in a class of its own, and then think about what's across the water for Florida. California, you know Cali, man. Cali is one of the states that's leading the way when it comes to legalizing marijuana. But why Texas? Why Texas right now? From what I'm hearing on the underground, you guys, is that there's a lot of industries in Texas that are getting hurt by marijuana sales. And what do you mean? What do you mean by hurt? Their profit margins are going down. Let's look at the soda industry. Let's look at Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Let's look at all these soda industries. These soda industries, man, they caught the energy drink boom. It was going up for a while, but guess what? It died back down because a lot of these states adopted marijuana. When you look at the coffee industry, I'm just telling you, in the state of Texas, coffee has gone down on people drinking coffee. But one of the most important things that we need to keep our eye on is the alcohol and tobacco industry. They are losing profit after profit, not only because of marijuana, you guys, because of the vapes as well. Now you got to remember, some of these tobacco cigarette companies, they got on the vape bandwagon and start making their own little cartridges just to get y'all, still have y'all in there, still have you sedated. They even went to a point of building their own vape pens that they have out. Remember when the vape pens dropped? It was like a pen, straight line. You charge it up, put your little cartridge in, you puff it. Oh, you like, oh man, this is good. You talk about, oh, I ain't got to deal with no smoke and it ain't gonna last long. That ain't what that industry was talking about. They would still talk about trying to keep you sedated and keep you high. They were still trying to find a way to mess with your emotion and your nervous system to keep you coming back like a fiend. The alcohol industry is doing the same thing when it comes to these alcohols. I remember Sean Combs when he was getting into the alcohol game, and he said he went down there to visit his product, and he found out he wasn't getting no agave in his alcohol. Well, in his what was it, a Patron or a tequila? He wasn't getting the agave. He was getting the fake stuff. These alcohol industries are looking at it the same way. Man, the taste of alcohol to some people, they can't eat, they don't even want it no more when it comes to hard alcohol. They'll rather drink beer. So many people in the craft beers. Think about every time the government get their hand on something that somebody make from their barn, their backyard, or their basement, and people start getting hooked to, the government always put their claws in and try to grab it and regulate it. My uncle had he had he was had a large amount of cows and horses and pigs, and he used to let his cows graze on one side of the grass while he fenced off the other side, and once that grass grew, he would go over there and let them go through the other part of the field and they grazing on that grass. And one of the other things he used to do was in the back part of the yard, he would take that machine and cut that grass up, bring a machine through, bundle it up, turn it into hay. Now he feeding other animals. Now he got some feed for the wintertime. They even cutting that down, you guys. They don't even want the animals grazing on grass no more. When government steps in, government tries to find a way to say, hey, this is what we need XYZ from you if you want to keep this going. And some of them got to abide by the rules and regulations, or they're going to get hefty fine, or they're going to get shut down. When moonshine was coming up, you guys, in this prohibition era, moonshine was hitting. Everybody was getting a little tipsy and intoxicated. Guess what? They wasn't dying. They wasn't saying, oh, my liver hurt, my kidney hurt back in the day. They wasn't like, oh, I couldn't make it home. They were getting pure moonshine from people who knew how to make moonshine. The fermentation of moonshine back then was so good, they didn't have to use additives and preservatives to make their moonshine. Man, these people had barrels and barrels of apples and barrels of corn and just letting it fermentate and let it do its thing. And then months later or weeks later, it turned into something that they poured in a jar and probably sold it to you for $5. Once the government get it, they want to tax it. They want to try to find a way that they can make money off of. But the only thing that we felt, and some people felt, oh, it's good for the government to regulate it because therefore people won't abuse it like that. But when the government put its hands in, y'all always got to remember this. There's a facility that comes up because somebody's getting sicker. There's a counselor that's talking you down about you shouldn't smoke cigarettes no more. It says it on the box of cigarettes. Can cause cancer. It tells you on the label of the alcohol, do not drink on pregnancy. Can cause liver and diseases and everything if you consume too much of it. But every time the government steps in and get it, there's always some type of facility that's being made because somebody abused it. They make them addicted to it, and then their body shuts down. Then they got to seek for help. Then they put it in the insurance package. I don't think they wanted to put marijuana in the insurance package, man, for some of these companies because they know people's going to abuse it. And they know that the stuff they got in it ain't the pure THC or CBD that it used to be from the plant. Back in the day, you guys, some of you didn't know this. Some of you kids didn't know this. But right now, back in the day, when you used to get marijuana or reefer or whatever you wanted to call it, man, it was stems and seeds. You had to pluck through. Twist it off, pluck through, get all the flower off that joint. You got stems left over. He got a pile of stems, he got a pile of seeds, and you had to pluck through everything. And not only had you had to pluck through it, then you had to break the flower down and put it in the top paper or whatever you smoked it in, put it in the bong and hit it. But when it came to you, man, it was so fat with they was calling it pillows back in the day when marijuana was coming up. Once they found out how special marijuana was and how a lot of people were getting high, just like in the cocaine business, we found out that there's a lot of people who was out there snorting cocaine. There was a lot of people when they invented crack. You got to listen, you guys. Somebody invented crack. That just didn't fall out no sky. That's a scientific way of turning cocaine into rock. That's a science behind that. That wasn't just a one person building that. That was a whole conglomerate of people getting involved in on that. Cocaine the same way. When they found out they can pass cocaine around and cocaine can go into the system and only stay but so long and then it leaves, they understood the effects, especially when they had pure powder. But this part right here, when it come to something that was from the earth that was put here for me and you, they took it, they altered it, they genetically modified it, then they made it legal for you to have because they know they could put whatever they want to in. They look at, like, in different states, how they got these dispensaries. Dispensaries got to report back on what they selling and what's not selling. And the stuff that sit on their shelves for a long time, these dispensaries just can't throw that stuff away. You might be getting some marijuana. You might be getting a stale cookie. You might be getting a old outdated piece of chocolate or something. They gotta sell it. If they throw it away, I think it's against the law for them to throw it away. They gotta sell it. I don't think they can return it. Somebody correct me in the comments on that. What you are smoking today in all of these states that legalize marijuana, you are not smoking pure marijuana anymore with stems and seeds. You're not. You're smoking a genetic hybrid. You're smoking something that's not even real. And they can tell you, hey, we can get you as high as we want to, as high as we need to keep you stupid. You got some of these people out here right now who've been smoking so much marijuana, you guys, consuming so much marijuana ever since they were teenagers. Man, they start talking to themselves. They're entering into a state of psychosis. Not saying they crazy, but I'm saying when you start saying, man, I'd be at home, somebody talking to me, and knowing you've been smoking marijuana for a long time, not all, you guys, not all. You got to understand where the problem comes from. If you keep on drinking hard alcohol and you say, oh, my back hurt, my liver hurt, yeah, it comes from drinking a lot of alcohol. If you saying you wake up in the morning, you wake and bake, and you do this, and then you got to do it again at lunchtime, then you got to do it again before you go to bed, then I got a homeboy of mine. Every time he smoke, he talk about he got shit. Excuse my French. He talk about he got to use the bathroom. Every time he smoke, he got to go use the bathroom. Do a number two. Like, damn, what's wrong with his gut? One of the most important things, you guys, before I let you go is everything is in moderation. I could tell you no, don't do it. I could tell you do it in moderation, but I could tell you like this. If it's in a bag, if it's in a store, it is not real anymore, you guys. It's your boy Jay Beezy.